Okay, so let's talk about AI in marketing. It's a total game changer, right? It's giving brands these incredible new superpowers. But here's the thing. A lot of companies are stumbling right out of the gate, falling into these really common traps that can actually hurt more than they help. So, how do you use all that power without getting burned? Well, let's dive in and break down the 5 biggest mistakes you absolutely have to avoid.
And if you think this is some trend you can worry about later, think again. This shift is happening right now. Gartner predicts that by 2026, a staggering 80% of marketing leaders will be using AI. I mean, just think about that. That means getting this right isn't just about getting an edge anymore, it's really about survival.
So, this is the tightrope we're all walking. On one side, you have this incredible promise, using AI to build a brand that truly stands out from the noise. But on the other side, the peril is very real. One wrong move, and you could completely erode the trust you've built with your customers and just torch your budget. The stakes are, well, they're incredibly high.
All right, let's jump into the first mistake, and believe me, it is a big one. It's treating AI like some kind of magical silver bullet. You know, the idea that you can just plug it in, press a button, and it'll solve all of your deep strategic marketing problems for you. This quote, I mean, it just perfectly captures that flawed thinking, doesn't it? It's this belief that you can just let the AI figure it out. It's basically handing over the keys to your brand's entire future to an algorithm and just crossing your fingers. And here's exactly why that approach is pretty much doomed. AI is absolutely brilliant at crunching numbers and spotting patterns, but it doesn't have a soul. It can't replicate that gut feeling, that human intuition. It can't tell a story that connects or get the subtle cultural nuances that matter so much. So what you end up with is a brand position that's maybe technically correct on paper, but emotionally it's just sterile. So the solution is to completely flip the script. You let your human team lead with vision. They're the ones who define the brand's soul, its purpose, its tone, its direction. Then you bring in the AI as a super powerful accelerator. You use its incredible analytical muscle to scale that brilliant human-led strategy. This brings us right to our second critical mistake, and this one is so foundational. You have to remember, every single AI system is built on a foundation of data, and if that foundation is shaky, the whole thing is just going to come crumbling down. You've heard this phrase a million times for a reason, right? Well, for AI, it's the absolute brutal truth. The quality of what you get out is 100% dependent on the quality of what you put in, period. And the consequences of bad data, they just create this horrible chain reaction. Biased data leads your strategy down a completely wrong path. Faulty sentiment analysis might tell you customers love something when in reality they absolutely hate it. And using old, outdated competitor data, well, you'll be busy fighting battles that were already lost months ago. So what's the fix? Well, it all comes down to discipline. You have to get obsessed with data hygiene. That means cleaning, scrubbing, and standardizing all your inputs. You have to be constantly updating your data to stay relevant. And you must always, always, always validate your information against multiple sources to make sure it's actually accurate. Okay, mistake number 3. This one directly impacts that connection you have with your customers. It's letting your brand turn into a robot. This is what happens when automation just strips away all the personality and all the humanity from your voice. This really gets to the heart of it. We live in a world that is just saturated with artificial messaging, so authenticity has become your most valuable currency. A robotic tone doesn't just feel weird, it actively destroys the trust you're working so hard to build. And there are 2 big dangers here. First, if you and your competitors are all using the same AI tools, well, you all start to sound the same. Your unique voice just gets lost in the noise. And second, machine-generated content can really clash with the brand identity you've already built, alienating the very audience you want to connect with. The best practice here couldn't be clearer. Maintain human oversight. Use AI to generate ideas, to give you insights, but never ever let it dictate the final message. Every single piece of content that comes out of an AI needs to be reviewed, edited, and infused with your brand's authentic, human tone by a real person. All right, now for our final 2 mistakes, we're actually going to cackle these together because they're really 2 sides of the same coin. And they both fall under this big theme of overreach, which is just a failure to properly balance and integrate AI into your strategy. So this problem really has 2 faces.
First, you can get too close to your customer. That's when personalization crosses a line and starts to feel creepy and invasive. But you can also be too disconnected inside your own company, where all your AI tools are working in their own little silos, creating a totally fragmented picture.
And look, both of these paths lead to disaster. Overpersonalization makes your customers feel like you're spying on them, and that just shatters trust. Meanwhile, disconnected tools mean your teams are all running in different directions, wasting time and money on isolated experiments that don't add up to anything cohesive.
So the solution here is all about balance and unity. First, you have to balance that desire for personalization with a deep, genuine respect for customer privacy and transparency. Second, you have to think holistically. Make sure every single AI tool you use, from sentiment analysis to ad optimization, is all working together, aligned with the same big picture strategic goal.
So, after navigating all of these potential landmines, what's the ultimate path to success? Well, it's not about choosing between humans or machines. It's about creating a powerful partnership between the two.
This right here, this is the winning framework. You let AI do what it does best, give you incredible scale, speed, and raw analytical muscle. And you let humans do what we do best, provide the empathy, the creativity, the storytelling, and crucially, the final strategic judgment. Okay, so let's boil this all down. If you remember nothing else, remember these 4 things. 1. Treat AI as an accelerator, not a substitute for strategy. 2. Obsess over the quality of your data. 3. Always keep a human in the loop to protect your brand's unique voice. And 4. Integrate all your AI efforts into one single, holistic strategy. And that leaves us with one final, powerful question to think about for your own brand. Is your AI running on autopilot, making big decisions without you in the cockpit? Or is it a trusted co-pilot, sitting beside you, helping you navigate with greater speed and precision? Honestly, the answer to that question is going to define your success in this new era of marketing.